Super Beets. Hey, it's Paul Seaver. You know, it's not very often that I'll do a video about somebody else's products, because what the heck do I care? I'm not their marketing agency. Probably, and more than likely, they probably don't want me doing videos about their products anyway. But I gotta tell you something. I love this stuff. Didn't always love it. When I first got it, I didn't care for it, but then I went to work on it. I mean, what do I do for a living besides? And so anyway, I just want to share what I came up with for people who enjoy this product. Because probably, you know, I think that, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has different tastes. There's some people who can eat anything on the planet, and then there's other people like me whose diet is so refined, you could name the foods I eat on one hand. I'm the pickiest SOB in the world, and if it doesn't taste perfect to me, so it's nothing against this product, that's for sure. I'm just one of those picky SOBs that don't like nothing, you know? Give me some barbecue and some beer, I'm good to go. All that foo-foo crap, I have no need for it. Mostly because I'm lactose intolerant and got other dietary problems. I just don't have an appetite for the other stuff. Anyway, the bottom line is this stuff is cool. I tell you, they give you well, the first time you buy it, they give you these strips. Other than that, they charge the living hell out of you for them. But, and I don't understand why. I buy lots of test strips. These things are expensive. But, you know, when I first started taking this product and I checked myself with the test strips, you know, I was at the depleted level, of course. And so I like test strips because I use test strips all day long. So I thought it'd be pretty cool, you know, to track it. So when I first, you know, I bought the first package, I bought the 3 cartons. I guess 3 fingers is 3, not 2. And so as I started to use it, and after I went through the first container, and I got into the second, well, first, you know, I started measuring, and of course I was depleted, and you know, I'd start, you know, I take it in the morning, like right now it's still 0 dark 30. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe it's 5 o'clock. I don't know. I don't look at clocks. They don't make no difference to me. But it's still dark outside, so I know it's early. But anyway, so I take them in the morning, and then I was checking myself at dinner, and I still had, you know, some of the coloration in the strip for nitrous oxide. But, you know, the longer I took it, the darker it got. And then I started checking it in the morning, you know, and at first in the morning I wasn't getting anything. But now, here we are. I haven't taken my Super Beets since the same time yesterday morning. I'm 60 years old, so I'm an old fart. And so, I just checked it a second ago, it was a little better, but anyway, but I'm still up there where I'm registering. So that's pretty good. And now it's getting a little darker now. I think these strips are a little slow. So, but anyway, I don't know if you can't even see it on there. But anyway, it's impressive to me that I could check it the next morning and now I'm still good to go. So they definitely do something, that's for sure. But me being in Ionics, see that's the other, see that, oop, I guess the camera's up there. So I just did 2 tests back to back. So one was a little lighter than the other, but because I pre-checked it before I did the video. There's nothing worse than making a video and then having a problem in the middle of the video and not showing what you're supposed to show. So this is pretty cool anyway. So Ionics is all about absorption. So you're breaking stuff down and you're getting it down to single particle, single molecule for perfect distribution and or absorption. I don't usually get into this part of the this technology. It's not really the part I work in, but I definitely know about it. So as the cobbler's son has no shoes, I have no Esprit unit in my house. I'm in a little house in Arcadia. I haven't even planned on being here this long. And so I got as far as putting a faucet in, but other than that, I bring my water home from my shop where I have, you know, a lot of money into my unit there. So I just bring my water home, and I only use it for coffee and cooking and stuff. And I use it for my doggies. And that's, you know, it's the same water. I just put it in a different container. But anyway, the thing is this is ionic water, so it can break that. So okay, I should start in the beginning then. So when I first got the product, and I mixed it with regular like bottled water or whatever, and drank it right away. I mean, obviously, I didn't chill the water or nothing like that. I didn't really care for it. So, long story short, what I do these days is I have a container right here. So I got myself a little piece of tape on there so I don't have to look at the little numbers. So I fill it with that much water. I put a scoop in there. I put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Here's what I found out. If I used a reduced water with a negative ORP of, say, negative 400 or whatever, and I mix this product in that water, it'll shoot the ORP up to like a positive 400. Okay? Now, if you let it sit in the refrigerator for 24 hours and you measure the ORP again the next morning, you're back into it a reduced ORP. So it takes a little while for the hydrogen to take over the product. So what it's doing, if you think about this, is the same way as aged alcohol. So aged alcohol is the same thing. It takes 10 years in a barrel to produce enough hydrogen to restructure the alcohol, the flavor, and the water molecules. And so what you're doing is you're evenly distributing everything. You got a molecule of alcohol that's buried within a molecule of water. That's why aged alcohol is so smooth, because you're not really tasting the alcohol, you're just sliding down on water. So we're doing the same thing here. By the way, we got machines that do that aging. You know, you can age the equivalent of 9 months in 120 seconds in one of our chambers. So that's pretty cool. So basically, we're kind of doing the same thing here. So first we're using an ionic water to break up all the components, and as you can tell, there's no sediment, there's no nothing. It's mixing up perfectly. It's perfectly mixed. Okay, so once we do that, you know, and then also ionics have a way of bringing out flavors, bringing out sugars, and doing this, that, and the other thing. But the water that I have isn't reduced because I bring it. It might have been a little reduced when I made this, but that's besides the point. I have another. Little thing that I like right here that I get from Japan. I don't think they're available here by anybody. And so that's what we're going to talk about. So anyway, so now this has been sitting in the refrigerator for 24 hours. I'll drink it this morning. I'll make myself another one. I'll put it back in the refrigerator for tomorrow morning. And I'm hooked on these, by the way. I can't go through the morning now without having my Super Beets. To me, that's insane, because when I first got the gosh darn product, I didn't like it. Now I'm hooked on it. So anyway, then what you do, just before you're ready to drink it, you got to mix it up. But I don't want to get a bunch of foam on the top because of my meter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something. Shoot. I really want to mix it up. Let me mix it up. So this is what you're supposed to do. You gotta shake it a little bit. And so what you're doing is, you hear that thing inside there? Okay, that's my little helper. So that's producing hydrogen. So we're turning this into, and look at that. Look, it makes it look like a shake. When you do this with regular water, it don't do that. It makes a little bit of foam, but it doesn't do that. See, look at that. That's pretty cool, right? All right, so this video is gonna be way too long. But this is so cool, though. If you like Super Beets, you're going to love this. So, pour it in a glass. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, because I don't know where the speaker is. Hear the little fizzing and fuzzing? It's alive. It's alive with hydrogen. Wait till you see this. You're not going to believe this. Let me rinse this off real quick. So what we got is this little dealio right here. All right, and it's got this little package in here. And I got to find out the specifics about what this is, so I'm not going to say too much about it right now, just only purely because I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know. I don't know what the heck it is. But what it does is it produces active dissolved hydrogen when you put it in water. So the way it's created is you take it, you soak it in water, you put it in this little container right here, and you stick it in your bottled water. It actually comes with its own bottle. And you stick it in there, and you leave it in your refrigerator for 24 hours. And then when you get it out, you shake it up really good. Then you pour it out, and you drink it right away. You don't drink out of this, because you don't want to contaminate it. And then, of course, I sanitize everything each time with my ocean mist. So anyway, now that the foam is bled off, I want to show you something. So I'm going to prove with my ORP meter. I'm just going to get some tap water, and I'm going to show the ORP of the tap water so that you know my ORP meter isn't all funky. Hang on, it's calibrating. It's got to calibrate, unfortunately. Now, doesn't like that water. You get some of my good water. Probably picking up on dishwashing soap or something. Yeah. All right, so anyway, it's showing a positive, I don't know, 0.62. I'm not saying that the meter's dead on, but anyway, that's what it's showing for this water. I just want to show it a different ORP. Okay, so we're at a positive, well, now it's at 70. And that's not really what this water is, but I think what the problem is probably some dish soap, and that's probably residue that's on the glass. We're not in the lab. All right, now, but here's the kicker. Watch when we put it in the Super Beets. Gotta give it a second. Let it get down to its measurement. But you can see we're in the negative. And so it's dropping down. So that means that all that hydrogen is in there. That's the proof that the hydrogen is in there. So now you're taking Super Beets, which is a good product. But normally when you make it with bottled water or something, it's got an ORP of about a positive 400. So not that that's a problem, but it's just not an indication of hydrogen. So your negative ORP, we're down now to negative 99. And I checked it last night, it was a negative 110. So it probably reached its maximum, had reached its maximum. So, jeez, dogs. So anyway, now we're at about a negative 100. But that's all the active dissolved hydrogen that's in there. So now you took the Super Beets and you slam packed it full of active dissolved hydrogen along with ionic water. So you're making it 100% absorbable and anti-oxidizing at the same time. And not only that, but it tastes sweet. You could taste the beets. I like beets. You could taste the beets. You could taste the black cherry. You could taste the natural sugars. You don't have to hold your nose and hold your breath to drink it. It's awesome. Tastes like a beverage. I could drink this all day long. And I couldn't drink this to save my life when I first bought it. So, breaking it up and bringing out the sugars, bringing out the taste, reducing the ORP, and converting it to a 6.45 Ionic Product beverage. Now, it's Super Beets. But I'll tell you, if you like this product, get a hold of me. You can get some samples of some stuff to try. Gonna blow your mind, the difference that it's gonna make, and the difference in your absorbency too. I tell you, you can really tell the difference, and I think the nitric oxide strips are indication of that, of how long it's lasting in your system. So obviously it's getting into your saliva, so it's obviously getting into your cells. You know, so if you can absorb more of it, if you can uptake more of it, if you could get, you're going to get better. This stuff is in my stomach now. You're going to get better use of it, period. That's all there is to it. You know, so anyway, I like it. That's my endorsement for Super Beets. I think it's great stuff. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Good tasting stuff. The only way it could be any better, a little alcohol in it. Of course, I'm just joking. That's it for this one. Adios. Whoop. Hang on a second. Come here, boys. Come here. Come here, my buddy. Super Beets and Super Dogs. Huh? Say hello, Hermes. Say hello, Hermes. Look at you. Look at you on the camera. Yes, 80s. And here's my... Oh, God. Jeez, I'm getting old. This guy's getting heavy. This big old tub of lard right here, huh? That's one happy doggy right here. Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself? Who's that beautiful boy right there, huh? Enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend. It's Friday here.